Starting off pretty slowly here today because I did experience some technical issues. It doesn't look like everything went to plan at the start of the stream, but we are here now, which is what is important. And another technical issue, my camera. You can't live with just half of my face, I'm sure. Now, you've got all of my face. And guess what I've got today? It's exactly the same quest I've had all week. Another snipe quest. So that is super duper fantastic. And we're gonna get it done and up and running and get it working. And by get it working, I mean the snipe monsters. We're gonna get them working and get them working hard. I'm working for the wins because I want to end up in Champion League. I'm not quite there yet. Climbed there, but then I've fallen out of the Champion League. So there's that. So we have the Equalizer rule set, and we have heavy hitters to combine with that. My opponent's gone with a whole bunch of Green Splinter. Not a whole bunch of Return Fire. Selenia and green. Sounds good to me. Particularly because they have some very cheap snipe monsters in that combination. So let's go with the Child of the Forest and then throw in a whole bunch of stuff to support. What sort of stuns do we have? Hill Giants should be magnificent. Actually, no. Let's go Gremlin Blaster. Spirit Shaman, and then for 2 mana, Princess of some sort. We'll throw in the 0 mana Special Collection edition of that stuff and see how we go. I think this will work. Okay, so what did my opponent do? They went with a whole bunch of magic. I've got my trusty little sniper here. My stun. Can I survive long enough? That's a nice redemption. But that Tower Griffin and its armor is very annoying. And I'm not healing nearly enough, so I think this is going to be a loss. And why did I lose? Because of Tower Griffin. So let's skip on out of that and queue back up for another. Let's see what will happen next. Alrighty, unprotected, close range, green splinters in. So Cornelius, green splinter, Child of the Forest, go. Laziest team selection ever. Laziest that you'll ever see. That's exactly how we want it to be. What are we gonna get? Other than an opponent who takes a while to create their team, that is. Let's see what is happening. Still waiting. Still waiting for the collection of an enemy and their assorted things. Okay, well, that's not the best team I could possibly encounter. At least I didn't get stunned by spark fixies. At least I have thorns. Pretty sure that's going to be a nice safe win. Nice safe win it shall be. Perfect. Beautiful. Outstanding. All of those words. Does that put me back into Champ League? It does not. That makes me sad. Okay, let's queue up for another battle here. And everything has snipe, and heavy hitters is the rule set. So that's going to be interesting. Still want to bring something that actually has snipe. Probably want to bring stuff that has stun as well. I think this time I'm going to go with Ouster. I don't know how well this is going to work. But I want return fire in the front line. Is that going to fit? No, that's not going to fit the team that I want to build. Just going to have to go with Therosa instead. We're going to amplify, and we're going to throw in a 0 mana creature there. Don't know how well this is going to work. It's pretty good that they didn't bring Magic Reflect. It sucks that they have that Goblin Thief to sneak. That Minotaur Warlord is actually really well selected as well. The entire enemy team is very well put together here. And Cornelius will not have the advantage of close range here. But they will have the advantage of thorns and healing. If I can get a... oh, that sucks. I was going to say if I could get a good stun in, it would have been nice, but I did not. There was no stun at all. Alrighty, so let's go again and see what happens. Alrighty, we have silent summoners and evens, and green is the only splinter, which means I probably can't bring snipe because I don't think that there is any even numbered snipe that I can throw out. I'm still going to search for it. Snipe, 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 snipe. Ooh, there is a bit of even numbered snipe. Let's go with Mantoid. But then for the rest of the team, it's like, who am I going to use? I might use Unicorn Mustang. And let's bring in a healer. A Halfling Alchemist. And then we can't bring in a 1 mana, but we can bring in double zeros. And I'm not sure about what's going to happen here. Well, it's Unicorn Mustang v Unicorn Mustang. Oh, I could have brought a Queen Marsilia along. What a missed opportunity. It's a shame that the Unicorn Mustang does not have amplifier to help feed it lots of damage. But I think I'm going to be okay thanks to this Mantoid. So the snipe did actually result in the victory. That's convenient. And the quest card helps you win the actual battle. Alrighty, that is that one done. It's out of the way. And we'll be getting there. Alrighty, it's Holy Protection and Taking Sides. I think this is time for a Jotun. And Liberal use of Snipe. Phyrexia and Lava Spider, they go well together. Since it's going to be a Divine Shield, we'll throw Magnar out. Also bring along a Phineas. Nice little bit of magic damage. And 10 mana left. Let's just go with Lava Launcher. I'll plop them down in the middle of the team and see how we go with this arrangement. Hoping we can get a Trampeding. It's Stampede and Trample all at once, all together. Trampede of Death. Well, that looks like that is what my opponent also ordered, a Trampede of Death with their Grund and their Orc Sergeant. They're looking to do big damage and quickly. I'm very grateful that my Phyrexia General, oh god, has 4 attack, which means the splash damage is gonna distribute itself nicely amongst the rear line here, but the problem is that Slip Spawn is absorbing a lot of the damage. Very grateful for having my armor stacked up there. Now the Slip Spawn is out of here. I think Grund is going to be a big troublemaker. So I have no armor left. Here comes the Trampede. Yes, I'm affectionately calling it a Trampede. Alright. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now it's Last Stand Magic user versus Last Stand Magic user. And I just got the drop on them. That was a really nice battle. That was outstanding fun. Went right down to the wire and was very well played by one of my own guildmates. It's always the case. Always have your closest battles with your closest friends, so to speak. Okay, let's see what's going to happen in the next battle. Hopefully it's as compelling as that one was, because that was a very, very good battle. I enjoyed that one thoroughly. Okay, what have we got here? Fog of War, Holy Protection, so no point bringing anything that has Snipe or Sneak, but I can still slip in a Snipe creature if I want to for the quest. I don't know that I want to. This is only 24 mana and there is Divine Shield. Maybe I'm just going to go with Jotun again. Except the Snipe is going to be incredibly tokenistic. That Lava Spider. And I might go with... I'm feeling like just going with Grum. Seeing if Grum can solo the enemy team. And we'll throw in a little bit of support for Grum. Chaos Agent's probably important as well. What other 1-mana creatures do we have? We could slow down the enemy team. Sure, we'll do that. And we'll throw in the Scorch Fiend as well. Chaos Agent to protect the rear. Well, it's Jotun v Jotun. I don't have the speed advantage here, I don't think, or I might. No, I do. Excellent. Don't know how long I'll have the speed advantage for. But that sets up Grum very nicely to begin the battle. Now is where it becomes a little bit questionable. The poison is a struggle. The poison and all the other attacks that the opponent is going to bring are going to be extraordinary struggles, such as there. And now I cannot win. Curse you, Grum. And now I'm back into Diamond 3. Hey, Team Vanguards. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. I was distracted by my own loss to not immediately acknowledge your message, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad someone is here and prepared to use the chat box. We now have the Equalizer rule set, and it's 58 mana, and I think I'm gonna go with that good old Jotun once more. But because it's Equalizer, it's not explosive. What is it called? It's called Blast. That's what I want. We are going to go with the Exploding Rats, who will never miss, and they're also quite quick, which is a bonus. Fire Elemental. Pyro. Then can we do some elaborate force fire? Where is the guy? Oh, yes, please. Zarin Ifrit, Life Leech, Equalizer. It just makes sense. Who am I thinking of? He has a Giant Killer. Jin Inferni is who I was thinking of. I'm gonna dump Fire Elemental and Pyromaniac and see if we can't get some heavier hitters in. Maybe it's time for Caledon. Caledon to protect that Jin Inferni. Yeah, let's do this. I didn't bring a snipe. Damn it. That's my own mistake. But I'm very glad I went with a mixture of magic and regular damage here. Hey, Asif Kajira, welcome. Redemption was very useful. What's not going to be very useful is going to be the hordes of resurrections I'm going to have to put up with here. At least that's a soft target that got resurrected there, which is good for me. This is very good for me. So here comes the next big kill. And I have a lovely tank in waiting in the second row here. Because they're just going to return fire while my magic dealers blast away at the enemy backlines and allow me to achieve victory in the most inappropriate of ways with a 1-mana, 1 magic damage attack leading to the victory. Beautiful, brilliant, still need 2 more wins to obtain that snipe quest because I keep forgetting to put a snipe creature in. That's me. And I think my opponent's going to play dragon. What do you guys think? Are they going to play dragon? Hey, Didiako, welcome. I think they're probably going to play Biz Kitty. I'm fine with that. I'm going to mirror them. And we're going to go with Earth. And if they're going to play Biz Kitty and everything's going to hit, I'm going to do a risky play. I'm going to go with attract the enemy attacks. There's my snipe. Biz Kitty's a bit pointless here, but do I really care? Not that much. Desert Dragon is going to be my tank. And that's my team put together. Well, probably is. No healing though. I just want to make sure that my guys hit. And that they hit hard. I also kind of want to force my quests nice and easily. Very interesting team compositions. Very, very similar. In fact, almost a mirror match. And it's acted as a mirror match so far. They are slightly winning the mirror match on account of this extra damage that they had from the Regal Periton. But what an entertaining battle all the same. Can my Lord Arianthus single-handedly destroy the entire team? No. Was it a bad choice? Yes. Do I mind? Not that much. It's a pretty close selection of monsters there between the two teams that went out there. Now I need 2 more of these wins. When am I going to get these wins? Or am I destined to have the snipe quest forevermore? Because it certainly feels like that's what I've had. I've had the snipe quest for like 5 or 6 days in a row. And I've not been clever enough to hit new quests at any point. So here we have broken arrows and no sneak or snipe. I can still use a sneak or snipe creature. There's one sneak or snipe creature that I may use. And that is Margie Necrosi. Thankfully they've got camouflage and a stun. So that makes me really want to use something that's got knockout. So I'm going to go have a look at the available knockout options here and go with Jin Murray. We'll also employ the Bone Golem on account of the fact that they have Void. Well, they're missing Magic Reflect. They've got Magic Reflect, but they don't have Void. Yeah, I was thinking whether I should switch over to Alster. Hey, Dr. Rauli. Well, it's always awesome if you end up winning, particularly against someone who's live on Twitch and is like, yeah, I'm gonna be great at this game. Look at me, I'm awesome. And then they're just as good as an ordinary player. I'm debating whether to put Ancient Lich in here. I think they might be a bit slow. Need something a bit quicker. I know, I can't do that because there's no ranged things in here. That sucks. Instead, do I go with throw maggots in? And yeah, Dr. Blight feels like a good choice. And they've brought along Magnor. Bit of magic too, not a incredibly leveled up team, so chances are I could do okay here. Now hopefully we get the stun in. No, no stun, sadly. Poison did alright. Now that I'm through Magnar, I think I'll be okay. They should have brought way more magic if they wanted to play Magical Jotun. And this will progress me along the way. Might even throw me into the Champ League again, depending on the rating of my opponent here. Protecting this Pegasus in the middle of the pack with the repair on Bone Golem has been very amusing. That was very good, and of course I'm 1 point away from Champion League. But I still need one more victory to get there. We will see. We will see what happens. I'll get there. It's just gonna be slow. Slow and annoying. Annoying mainly for me. Alright, what is happening now? Target practice, everything has snipe, no healing. Okay, what's my opponent enjoy? They enjoy being vulnerable to sneak. Being vulnerable to sneak. Being vulnerable to sneak. Using sneak. And being vulnerable to sneak. Okay, I think I'm going to use as much sneak as I possibly can. And then I will also, of course, filter in a snipe creature of some sort. Not sure what. Probably Mantoid, they're the quickest. And we've got 8 mana for our front line. Who's going to be a good frontline monster? Kind of want to go with something unexpected. But I might go with a safe route and just use Chain Golem. No, it's 6 mana I've got. That's even worse. There's no great choices of 6 mana tanks. Tusk the Wide, because I am combining it with all that melee sneak. Congratulations on your ranking there, Didiako. It's close to the end of the season as well. You may be able to sit and hold there, but I don't think this is going to be much of a challenge at all, this battle. It's a team full of level 1 enemy cards. What are they doing at this league rating? I have no idea, but I'm happy to utterly demolish them and achieve my quest. This is the game that gets me into champion, ironically. That gives me 10 ranking points. It puts me into champion. It lets me open up some quest rewards. Let's see what we get. See what we find. And what's it gonna be? A legendary lotion, 2 DC. Nice and epic. An alchemy lotion, a heatsmith, a pellicle mercenary, another 2 DC. The 2 DC package is quite popular for me today. There it is, another 2 DC, another legendary lotion, 10 DC, 1 DC, pellicle mercenary, a heatsmith, another heatsmith, and what's in lucky last? An alchemy lotion. So not the best stuff in the world, but I didn't play yesterday, which means I've got another quest queued up for me right here. Can't really complain about those rewards though, because it was only in my last quest that I completed that I did get a gold foil, whatchamacallit. Hey Bakwani. Alrighty, on to the next quest, which is a sneak quest. At last, relief from the snipe quest, which has been ever present and forever. If if I get another snipe quest tomorrow to round out the season, it's going to be like, what? Really? Why? Why is there all this torment for me? Why is this happening? And how is it happening to be in this way? Neutral quests are always like that. The only thing that destroys me in neutral quests is not being able to use Grenadier, because I use Grenadier in almost every single battle. Yeah, I think that's going to be addressed with the new reward system that's coming with the next season, at least for the upper leagues. But who knows? Well, I might do that here as well. Abuse some Almo and some Dr. Blight, particularly here with Aim True. Everything's always going to hit, and we've got Life Splinter in the mix. And my opponent has gone with some nice dragons, some fire, some dragons. I like a bit of Life Splinter. Since it is a sneak quest, I think I'm going to roll out Byzantine Kitty with the Life Splinter, of course. And you know what I'm going to miss when I switch to Modern League, which I'm inevitably going to do? I'm going to really miss Silver Shield Assassin. She's such an excellent card. It's going to be sad to have her gone. High Priest Darius is going to come along here, so it's Herbalist. I keep reading the AMA questions and notes and seeing how people are like, is Renova going to get a buff? She doesn't need one. She's so broken already. If you play her correctly and play her well, I really like Renova. And it's rather convenient that I've left myself quite a bit of mana there for a Chaos Dragon to just slot in to ensure that I've got Double Blast rocking in my team. Double Blast, double Triage, a heal, some Resurrections. My opponent has employed the heavy sneak mechanic. The only thing I didn't really bring was a repair. But with any luck here... Oh, beautiful work, Chaos Dragon. Absolutely beautiful work. They threw their attack right into the correct place. And now, next turn, my sneak should go bang, and then some more bang. It did poison them, which is a positive, which means they're going to get finished off at the start of next round with the poison, unless they manage to do some life leech before they die, which is a possibility. They could get a life leech in this round. No, they won't, because Return of the Divine Shield, thanks to the Resurrection. Oh, Chaos Dragon is just attacking all the right targets here. It's been fantastic. What a great match for me. Not such a great match for my opponent. And that's when I realized that I played the top team and not the bottom team. But no, I indeed did play the bottom team to come away with the win there. And that is a 52 rating points and 55 DC. Alright, 4 more battles for the sneak quest. Let's see if we can get the sneak quest done faster than the snipe quest. And let's hope that I can keep an electricity and an internet on, because it has started to rain here, and it's been raining for like 3 days on and off. So hopefully the internet connection and the power lines won't go underwater or be hit by a falling tree or anything else. If that does happen, that'll be the reason why I suddenly freeze and disappear. So you've been warned. But after this quest, I've still got to submit my Guild Brawl teams. And it was fun having a look at some of the happenings in the card markets. Ah, you're in Adelaide? I am too in Adelaide. I have lived in Adelaide my whole life. What part of Adelaide are you in? I'm up in the northeast. I grew up down near Plimpton and Glenelg area though. I moved up here probably 5 or 6 years ago. Oh, you'd be having it much worse up there in North Haven. Hopefully it's not like combined with some sort of king tide that comes in and just washes the place away. That would be awful. Yeah, the world is a small place. It's a very small place, and Adelaide is an extremely small place as well. When did you get into Splinterlands, Didiaco? Have you been around in the community for long? All right, I'm going to have a look at the team comps here. And Earthquake and Rise of the Commons. That makes it difficult. Have to make sure some stuff is flying creatures and machines, but also commons and rares. But also got to use the sneak quest. I really, really, really... Oh, no, death is going to be perfect here. Provided my opponent doesn't bring a snare, death is going to be perfect. Provided I bring a snare, and I'm not sure if I can field a snare without using... Oh, that's convenient. There's a snare. Sandworm, though. It's a bit dodgy. I would have preferred Grenadier, but again, Grenadier's a epic card. Wouldn't fit very well in with the mix here. What else is fun? I can throw in here. Tower Griffin will give everyone some armor. I'm not confident about my team composition here. It's really just hopeful. I've been around playing Splinterlands since 2018, so I'm an ancient fossil in the Splinterlands world. But there's a pretty big Splinterlands community here in Adelaide. We often meet up once a month, every Thursday. Usually it's at the Jade, which is a hotel on Flinders Street in the city. Last Thursday of every month, that is. But we were thinking about a new venue because it's not very nice in the winter. It gets loud inside when there's a concert. And in the winter, it's not so great to sit in the beer garden because you get rained on. But that's usually an open invitation, and we're trying to think of new venues. Yeah, the other Adelaide players that are out there are Matt Clark, who has famously ordered all the flesh golems. We've also got, I don't know if they're here watching the stream as we speak. Let me have a look at the mod view here. Shadon, or Shadener, as he appears on Twitch, is another Adelaide-based Splinterlands player. We've got who else is there? There's like, we've had so many people come and go from the meetups, I can't remember everyone's username, but there's quite a few here, and many of us were friends before Splinterlands. I knew Matt before Splinterlands. We sort of saw the genesis of the game together, and that's how we sort of got into it. But we met Shadon through Splinterlands, and we've become quite good friends with them as well. So it's amazing what showing up at a single place once a month for like 2 or 3 years happens, and then it's good. It's really good. I even when it used to be called Steam Monsters, when it was back on the Steam blockchain before it transitioned all over to Hive, I used to have a number plate that was just Steam It, which was the blockchain sort of interface that things were based on, and another person saw my number plate of me driving around and took a photograph of it and said, "Who the hell is this?" And then we discovered them through the blockchain as well on the blogging side, away from Splinterlands. So it's a small place. And for those of you who are not in Adelaide or in Australia that are watching this, you'll be quite aware that, or perhaps unaware, that Adelaide is a town. It's a city. It's like 1.3 million people or thereabouts these days. It's a small place in the whole of Australia, and the Splinterlands community is also a small place. So the the Venn diagram of people from Adelaide and Splinterlands players is probably a very tiny overlap there. So I think that's why both myself here and Didiaco in the Twitch chat are talking about it like it's a grand coincidence, which I think it is. Now the only risk is that you see me in public and you're like, oh my god, it's that dude. It's that dude from Twitch. If you do see me in public, come up and say hello. I won't mind. Alright, I've got to put my team together here while I've been rambling. Unprotected and close range. We've got a tough sort of thing to do here, but I'm going to risk Life Splinter. And I need to throw in all the sneaks. Yeah, I'm just going to throw in all the sneaks. I'm going to YOLO this match. And I'm also going to do something really unexpected and throw Chaos Agent in. Because there's a fun fact. The Chaos Agent, for some reason, I don't know why, just spiked in value today on the market. Yeah, I don't mind the team I've put together. I didn't bring any healing other than Angel of Light. So how do we feel about this one, Bakawani? Everything's gonna go into me dying, basically. You might have the speed here, but the miss. Why so many misses? I wanted the Divine Inspiration to be the double inspire. No, I don't have this. I don't have this at all. Congratulations on your promotion to whatever ranking you're going to obtain as a result of that win. Thank you for being kind enough, though, to leave me in Champion League only just. You didn't abuse Almo there, though. You did abuse Dr. Blight a little bit, not gonna lie. Super Sneak? No, I won't be able to travel during that period. I've got all my annual leave soon to be drained by a family holiday. My father-in-law has their 60th in October around the same time as Splinterfest, so there'll be no international travel for me during that time. I'd like to if it was geographically closer, because those flights out to the US are absolutely insane in terms of just, it's a feat of endurance, those flights. Otherwise, it would be super interesting. And if I'm not wrong, I think the is it the Las Vegas F1 happening at about the same time as that? I'm not sure. But that would make it, if it's still happening in Vegas. I think it was happening in Vegas. I don't know. I didn't read too much about Splinterfest. It would be absolutely crazy with all those things happening at once. What am I going to do here? Super Sneak, Little League, so that rules out me using Hydra. Also rules out using some of the Fancy Pants dragon creatures. I think I want to go with something that has thorns and then something that has amplify. So I'm leaning towards fire. And if I sort by stuff that has thorns, well, that's thorns and amplify. I'm going to get absolutely boned in this battle. Maybe I just spam triage. Let's spam triage. Oh, I need to learn how to type. I've only got 23 seconds to put my team together here. Who's going to be our rear line? Perfect. Let's throw these guys in. 6 seconds left to pick my team. Stitch Leech is my sneaker. And then 2 mana. Let's throw in a armor smith for repairings and hope that we can do something. Yeah, even if I was going to go, I probably wouldn't spend crypto to go. I'm not a believer in spending crypto. I'm a believer in just accumulating it. And it's a problem with my day job as well, getting enough time off to sort of traverse the globe. Would be good though. I think the last time I went overseas was probably over 10 years ago now. Yeah, well over 10 years ago. So it's been a very long time since I've been overseas, but some people spend money on trips. I guess I've just been spending the money that I would have spent on trips on crypto instead. Story of my life. But hey, I've still had lots of awesome experiences, particularly through this game. It's been a wonderful journey over this last 4 years. If it's be hitting the 5-year anniversary of Splinterlands soon, that'll be it'll be old enough to go to school, which is a massive achievement. I don't know of many other games that have sort of persisted for 5 years with this incremental level of success year on year. And there's so much waiting for us at the end of this tunnel of current developments that's going on. What am I doing here though? There's Spreading Fury and Lost Legendaries. So that's not going to stop me from playing a legendary summoner. But I'm probably not going to do that. Looking at the splinters that are available, I'm quite afraid of the infinitely sustaining blue and white teams. So let's go with Lorna and maybe make myself an infinitely sustaining team. Want to bring a repair. Want to bring a heal. Want to bring a sneak. And then we're going to throw in herbalist for a triage. Then, oh, we can't use legendaries, so we can't use the sneak. Or rather the super quick dude that does stuff. The Fiend is what I was thinking of. And it looks like it's gonna be a brutal time for my rear line. The rust is... ouch. Now I'm not going to be able to hit their rear line myself because of that speed differential, and that's going to be a loss. Still just hanging on in that Champ League. And yeah, it's ruined other games for me as well. I used to review video games professionally once upon a time. Used to work for the Internode Games Network, which I don't know if you were familiar with. So I've played quite a few games, and even if I was looking at this game critically, there's enough depth in the way in which the mechanics are put together that it's a great game on its own right. I do still play other games because I've got an enormously large backlog of shame to get my way through, but it's definitely the game that I play the most. I can send you a link to the relevant Discord where we have a bunch of chitter chatter. We've got a Hive Australia Discord. I'm just going to grab you an invite link. Can you just copy me a link? Okay. Why have they copied me a link? I'll DM you that link. There you go. DM'd that over Twitch. Now I better put my team together here. It's weak magic and reverse speed. So it would make sense to go with Tarsa. And let's go incremental speed. I think run's perfect for this rule set. Let's go with Kaladin as well. I like Azar and Ifrit. Need a sneak. Well, you're the slowest sneak that I can bring. Can I afford? No. And now I'm going to go with Tortazan Chief. If I can. As my last creature here. Try and keep that Grum alive. Let's go in that order. Very unconventional team that I've put together here. But reverse speed is probably going to work in my enemy's favor. Be nice if I was not stunned. Be very nice also if I could actually hit with some attacks. I don't think I'm going to. Wow. That blind, that's destroying me on a Spirit Hoarder. My days are very numbered now. I haven't been able to hit that Lord of Darkness once. Wow. I cannot win with Sneak. That is a 2, 4, 5 in a row loss streak. It's empty. I need drink. Okay, Super Sneak evens. Let me think critically about the team that I'm going to put together here. And what am I going to do? Super Sneak evens. I need to make sure I bring an actual sneak along. I think I'm going to go with Death. Dragon. I know. I'm going to go Biz Kitty. Death. I'm going to employ a... I thought... that was a 6-mana creature. In any case, here's my sneak. It's an Undead Badger. Now, let's see who's the fastest people I can play. Phantasm, maybe. Ooh, Shadow Snitch could be fun. Let's hope they don't bring magic. Let's really hope they don't bring magic. I'm going to be relying very heavily on Backfire here as a mechanic to try and get me over the line. And hopefully I can absolutely wreck my opponents with Backfires from both Riftwing and the Naga Assassin. Apologies for that running water, particularly if you needed to go to the toilet. I needed to pour a drink. I was thirsty. Okay. Now I wait for an opponent to arrive. It's Lorna. There's not a lot of sneak there. But there's these people. There's a pretty big speed differential, but I don't think there's enough of a speed differential. Hopefully there is. Yeah, I think I'm going to be okay here. Oh, I was saying... Come on, guys. You're meant to miss that stuff. It's because I didn't bring a blind, is it? 4 speed hitting a 9 speed creature? What is this? What is this rubbish? Of course you hit. And of course you hit also. Where are you getting all these hits from? What is this garbage? That's better. My Riftwing is dodging like a champ. Dodging like an absolute champ. So is this Shadow Snitch now, but I have so much disappointment in the rest of my team. This is going to be a very slow battle. There we go. Backfire killed them. At last. Thank goodness that happened. Watch me fight the server. Because I actually had a chat with Ron about changing my streaming time. So if you go and check the Splinterlands stream schedule, you'll see that my stream is now due to run from 1 hour ago to plus 1 hour from now. And my stream should be back now after it cut me off straight away. The advantage of having access to the streaming server where all of this runs and being a support for the rest of the streamers is I can fix my own streams when they die like this unexpectedly. So for anyone to change their timing in their schedule, I'm probably the best guinea pig for that. So here we go. I'm back. Sorry for that disruption, everybody. I am a powerful, not even a hacker, man. Just got the right access levels to fix this stuff if it goes wrong. And I'm really glad I had the server window open so I could do that very quickly. Alright, we've got close range here, and we've got Melee Mayhem on as well. 60 mana cap. Dragon is here, life is here, water is here. And what am I gonna do? I really wish Screen Splinter was available because I would have gone for Cornelius and thing, but I guess Dragon Splinter is going to be the best way to go here. Dragon Splinter maybe with life. We'll go the really big hitters like Vigilator. Yes to Cornelius. In fact, I think Cornelius is like the perfect monster here. Warchang as well. Now, given that it's close range, I really want to be somewhat annoying and use Prismologist as a tank because of Force Field and Silence and Blast. I just feel like it's going to be funny and unexpected for the opponent. We'll also throw some armor out. And I've got 10 mana left. Let's go with, what's his name? Darius, the High Priest. And we'll put him there. Let's see how this goes. Didn't bring a sneak, but I think the force field in the first position is going to be very amusing, particularly with the team that they fielded with the Melee Mayhem. Whole bunch of 1 damage is about to be incoming. Just need to take out those dangerous people that do less than 5 damage, like that guy, and like this guy, and like the magic attacks on Red Dragon. And then I should be very nicely good. Who would think that a Prismologist would make an incredible tank? I love playing teams like this. It is so very amusing. That was very, very, very amusing. Thoroughly amusing. Very satisfying. Excuse me. There was a preview of the Life Splinter dropped on the Splinterlands Discord. Let me copy the link for that one. It looks like it's called Grandmaster Wraith. They have +1 armor, void armor being given to all friendly creatures, and amplify. I am very excited to use a shield bearer with Grandmaster Wraith. All that disgusting repair that Life Splinter has is going to be outstanding. You put anyone with Magic Reflect from Life Splinter on the front line, give them void armor, all the repair in the world, it's going to make Shatter from every other Splinter be exceptionally valuable. It's going to be great. And now we've got Silent Summoners and Earthquake, so it's going to be time for another appearance of... I think it's going to be... Death. They've got some elaborate flying machines. But what I really want to do I want to go Life Dragon? I want to use Dragon Spirit in particular. Yeah, this is one of the ones for the pre-order. Or the upcoming Summoner airdrops will be from the pre-order ones. So Wraith is going to be, would have been one of those top pre-orderers amongst all the other people who did the massive, exceptionally enormous pre-orders. I definitely want a Sandworm here. And I'm going to go really risky and use Cthulhu. Because I like Cthulhu. I think Cthulhu's a big bag of fun that has flying. And I just like Dragon Spirit. Then maybe, what else can I use? 3 mana, Sneak Quest, Sandworm is there for that reason. Throw in Fallen Spectre because they can fly and do things. And I guess Shadowy Presence adds some value, let's see. Well, they had the same plan as me. Throw something in with immunity as your front line. Add flying. I did contemplate using Krallis, but I thought, no, that's too obvious, it's too easy. And then I didn't. But I should have. At least there's only one resurrection to have to sit through. Gleefully, I got to use my redemption twice. Fortunately, not enough damage to take down Krallis there, though. And somehow, I'm still maintaining my position in Champ League with all these losses. Okay, Spreading Fury, 26 mana. Well, my opponent won't be playing Life Splinter here. Well, they can be. I meant Dragon. They can be playing Life Splinter. It's Enrage. Who wants to get angry? An angry unicorn could be fun. An angry Elmo is probably not as much fun. Do I even want to go with Life Splinter? No, I'd probably want to go with Green Splinter here. Because an enraged Grund would be lots of fun. Particularly if we give them some double buffs. Now I need some sneaky sneak. Who's going to do some sneaking? Should we go with Isa? Or Goblin Thief? Goblin Thief is quicker and is going to benefit from all those inspires that I've shoved into the team. That's an interesting random bit of loading in the middle of me selecting my team. And I'll throw in the Fungus Fiend as protection and see what happens here. Well, I'm glad I've got plenty of damage. And I'm glad that I did bring Grund. Because unfortunately, even though it's not forever trample, it still was pretty funny to watch that double strike go. And there it is. A victory at long last. I'm very glad they didn't bring Slip Spawn or anything else with Force Field there. Now I just need 2 more wins for this sneak quest to come through. Hopefully that will come in consecutive waves. We shall see. We shall see. And in regards to my change of schedule, do any of you guys want to take a stab in the dark as to why I needed to change my schedule for this stream? Because there's a hilarious reason why. Absolutely hilarious reason. And I will admit I'm not looking at the chat right now. I'm looking at my other monitor. Just so I can bring up the schedule to make sure that it did update. No, it didn't update for today. That's bizarre. I must have misunderstood what I did, or something changed on the server to push me back to my ordinary time. Oh no, no, I'm definitely not pregnant. Although, additional clue, if I was, I could probably get out of what I needed to reschedule the regular streaming time for. Nothing to do with an emu, but there is an emu on the Australian coat of arms. Did you know that, as far as I'm aware, Australia is the only nation in the world where we eat both of the animals that feature on our coat of arms? We feature an emu and a kangaroo, and we will happily slaughter both of these creatures for a nice, delicious meal. I've never eaten emu, but I have eaten kangaroo. Kangaroo is pretty good. I need to put a team together here. Up close and personal, Earthquake. I think I'm going to go with easy mode here. Nah, I don't go to school. Although I have been teaching myself Python in the evenings, but that's on my own time outside of my day job. Oh man, Bakoni. What a statement. I think that there's actual, like, we don't just go out and like shoot random kangaroos. and go and take them and put them immediately on the table. There's actual like kangaroo farming that exists. You know, it's like domestication to some extent. But I don't think you can domesticate a kangaroo, but it's basically we will get a whole bunch of kangaroos and we will put a fence around them that they can't jump over, and then we will feed them, and then we will take them and we will abattoir them, and so on. Um, so yeah, that's a thing. But yeah, kangaroo is quite delicious. Although a lot of people don't value its deliciousness because for a very long time it was used as a dog food primarily. So a lot of people associate the smell of kangaroo meat with dog food and then just think, oh, I'm not eating the dog's food. But no, I can assure you that kangaroo meat is exquisite. And I am astonished that I'm managing to beat a Kraken led team here. Only just. Yeah, kangaroos will absolutely destroy you. They are the size of a large man, the big ones. And probably, generally speaking, stronger, more muscular, more angry. It's the same thing with koalas. They look all adorable and stuff, but they're just absolutely smashed out of their minds all the time because of the toxic properties of the eucalyptus leaves that they eat up in the trees. Oh, really? I thought there was kangaroo farms as such. I was wrong. I've never worked in the meat industry for kangaroos, so I wouldn't have a clue. I'd like to think that, you know, even though it is wild, it's it's engineered in such a way to be like, if we go to this place, we will find kangaroos. And if we leave them alone for long enough, we come back, there will be more kangaroos. I'm just showing my ignorance of the Australian wildlife here, and happy to stand corrected. I do quite imagine that as a commercial enterprise, it would be quite successful because kangaroos are everywhere, absolutely everywhere. All right, we've got 29 mana and no legendaries to play with here, and I still need to throw a sneak quest creature out into the wild. What am I going to do with that? I think it's going to be Daria. And I'm going to go with Green Splinter just so I can play my Silixip Spawn. But then I'm going to use all the sneak in the world. Just. Just using all the sneak in the world. Nothing else. Throw the chicken out in the front. They can absorb a hit first. Oh, it's Slipspawn v Slipspawn. Interesting. And all of my guys are going to get absolutely wrecked by the fact that they can only do 1 damage. Sad times, sad days. Need one more sneak quest win. Well, there is officially an event in Australian history about the Emu War. I think I've spoken about that on my streams over on my own channel in the past. The Australians lost the Emu War. The emus were victorious. Lost magic, aim true, everything will hit. Well, I can be fairly sure that I'm not playing Bakawoni here because whoever I've been playing has been using neutrals quite religiously and consistently. Do. Ah, yes, I should tell you all the reason why I need to change my streaming schedule. Because for the month of July, I got a lovely letter in the mail saying, you've been selected. You've been selected for jury duty. So that's going to be an interesting thing for me to do in July. It's one of those things where I thought I'd never get caught up, but now that I have been, I'm going to be like, this should be fun. Well, it might be fun. If everything's going to hit, I want Grum. Let's go with Lava Launcher as well. I need a sneak. This is where the sandworm's going to come into play. Sure, let's throw lots of sneak into play. Then I've got, ideally here back Oni as well, I've got 3 mana left over. But I'm not going to use that on Grenadier, or am I? There's no real point using Grenadier in this rule set. But I might use it on the snipe. And we'll protect the sandworm in the middle of the team there. Okay, it is Llama Mage, and I have Sneak on my side, and Snipe on my side, so who knows where my attacks are going to come from here. I'm going to lose my Grum immediately. How did they know I was going to bring so much Sneak? How did they know that their Grum was going to get the last stand? What is this? Good poison, though. I think I can still win. Yes, I can. Only just. Beautiful. Alrighty, let's claim this next sneak reward and see what's gonna come out next. Alright. Pellicor Deceiver, or Defective as we like to call them. Naga Assassin, that middle card, top row, has been the exception to the normality so far. Gargoyle Lion, Pellicor Bandit. Wow, this is a lot of cards. As I say that, we start collecting DEC instead. 5, 10. Oh, I wanted that to continue to be 15 DEC. Pellicor Conjurer, a Venari Bonesmith, and what's in the last chest? Pellicor Mercenary. So, pretty ordinary rewards. 22 hours until my next quest. But I do still have things left to do. And that's called submitting my teams for the good old Splinterlands Brawl. I've got 8 teams to enter here. Yoden Zaku is available for me, but not available for them. But doesn't matter because Blast is in play. Well, that's a tough choice. Let's go because Blast is in effect with Lorna. Captain Katie is like the ultimate always choice. Just need to be aware of the fact that my opponent could also possibly play that card. Dr. Blight feels good as well. Maybe we go with something that has a stun. I should play with the rule set a little bit. Thunderbird's my only option there. And now I'm running out of things I can possibly play. Let's go Reflector. Then Amplify. And we can play the 0 mana Soul Fiend, but it's not going to have a material impact on the outcome of the battle. Ah, my opponent has selected their team, so we do get to watch it. I'm very grateful for this Blinding Reflector. They should do well. I'm not so grateful for this guy, which is an excellent choice for the blast rule set. Meanwhile, I'm like, where is that damn snipe coming from? That snipe is so annoying. Not the snipe, the silence. Because I want my Captain Katie's to succeed madly and get all the kills, but it looks like the kills are just going to be spread out amongst my team. Captain Katie will still get a bit of glory here. She's going to take a while. There's the glory. There's the glorious bloodlust. And there it is again. Alright, so Guild Battle 1 of 8 is a victory. Let's jump into the next one. That animation is something you can turn on and off in the settings. It was bugged. It was bugged initially upon release, so I think there were some changes made to fix it up after people turned it off, or it was force turned off or something. Then you can turn it back on, and it's just pretty. Makes you feel special. So we cannot play Obsidian. Our opponent might be able to play Obsidian. Is that going to be part of their tactic here? We have Blast. I'm going to risk going for super speed under this blast rule set. And I think the quickest splinter I can play with is probably water. And my strategy is going to not be to sort by that variety of speed. It's going to be to go by this variety of speed. And let's roll with the dodge and the... Oh, that blind's not going to fit. That blind will fit, but I'm using a lot of mana to achieve a whole bunch of nothing. Throw in the heal and the hardy stonefish, but guess what my team is revolving around here? It's all in the dragon jumper. No worries, Bakoini. We've got Jotun available to us. Not really going to make a difference with this. 15 mana available. Lost magic. It's got to be... Oh, silent summoners. Otherwise I was just going to be Llama Mage plus creature. That is not going to work in silent summoners. We still can use a last stand. No, we can't, because it's lost magic, so we can't use Kron. Oh man, who else has last stand? Is there anyone that doesn't have magic that has last stand? I'm pretty sure that's a unique niche at this point. No last stand there, no last stand, no last stand, no last stand. Oh, Torhalo would have last stand. That could be interesting, but Torhalo does not have last stand at Gold League level. At least that's my assumption as to why they're not showing up. Okay then. If we want to go something interesting, I guess I can throw Spark Pixies out. Then the Firebolt. I'll go with Antoid Platoon. Throw in the Scorch Fiend and hope for the best. That's a battle I won't get to watch. 1-1 in the enemy arena. No healing, 34 mana. Quora Tower's Head is banished. Interesting that it's not a summoner that's banished. I didn't know that you could also banish cards. That's okay. Life Splinter's available. No healing is slightly a problem. Where is Captain Katie? There she is in all of her OP glory. We are going to use Prismologist. And I'll throw in Brightwing, why not? Focus on the repair mechanic here instead. Not sure how I feel about Chain Golem, but I've selected them. Maybe a Celestial Harpy. Opportunity might be useful. Don't know. And wait, no. 4 more battles. Ooh, I can benefit from this advantage. Back to basics and trample, and I can use Jotun while my opponent cannot. And the other splinters don't look to be all that useful, so say hello to magical, damaging, aggressive Jotun. Jin Inferni. Who has the best bang for buck? Yeah. Goblin Fire Mage. Then I want to sort by who has the most health. But the most health out of everything that can fit into 5 mana. Guess it's going to be Tenyi Striker. This may not end well for me. And I won't find out. Not for a while. Okay. I can't use Llama Mage. They can. It's Melee Mayhem. I can use Dragon Splinter. Yes, I can. Dragon with Death. Oh, I can't use the Pelacor Defective. Damn. Because they're not counting as though they are included in the fray. That's the creature I really wanted to use. Let's roll with a Desert Dragon instead. And I'll throw a Chaos Agent in the middle. Corpse Fiend at the back. Don't know. That was a bit of a crazy team as well. Okay, I can play Jotun, but the only splinter available is Life. Beautiful. Lorna. Blast is implied as part of this rule set. So let's go Indeedly with whoever is going to be the quickest, given that Life Splinter is the only thing that's available. Time Mage, definitely. You're very expensive. I mean, you're very good, but you're very expensive. I'm going to risk it. Now, because this is Super Sneak, Chaos Agent, be thrown into the rear lines. Who else might be useful here? Is there other slows? No other slows. Alright, well, then I guess it's going to be Supply Runner. I'm going to throw Soul Fiend in the front. And really, really hope for the best here. I would have liked to have watched that battle live. We'll see what happens. And another battle, we can't use Jotun. It's Trample. Noxious Fumes. I think I would like to use Dragon Splinter here. Let's go with Quicks. Dragon with Life. Do we have Stampede? No, it's Trample. Forget the names of the abilities. Let's go with Desert Dragon, and then let's throw out some lovely little cleansers. triage is probably going to be more useful. And what can we do by way of gladiators? Are there any super useful gladiators I can play? Doesn't really look like it. None at all that are really appealing or appearing. So I'm just going to do that and hope that my desert dragon can carry that team. So that's all my guild brawls entered. Now I'm going to jump on back into some more ranked play for about the next 20 minutes that I've got left here. And then I will be disappearing into the abyss, into the rain, probably. It's still raining up this way, which is wonderful and fantastic. But there's one day left for the season, so one more quest in the old school quest modes. Earthquake, keep your distance. I know what I'm playing here. I'm going to be very, very annoying and stupid. Tortoise Chief and Llama. It's Kron and someone else. I'm going to lose so badly here. I couldn't have fielded that team. Yeah, I'm not even going to think about that. That was just awful. But hey, at least the suffering and the pain was over really quickly in that battle. Here we go into another match. Earthquake and close range. They are fond of their Death Splinter. Well, they've only played it once. I think if I could play Llama Mage with Blue Splinter here, it would be perfect, but that's not a thing. And then at the same time, I'm tempted by Dragon Splinter. So mainly because I just want to try for the double look at me, I'm awesome last stand here, which is a combination of Cornelius and maybe Spirit of the Forest. But I don't necessarily want to have Cornelius like right up in the front. So do I just go for the try and survive a little bit longer by using a triage? I think so. Yeah. Let's do that. I know Let's do Chaos Agent in front, just for my amusement here. Well, I'm glad I didn't bring any melee, given that they've got Mylor as their representative. A little bit of both for Chaos Legion, mostly from the market for Chaos Legion. For Untamed, it was probably mostly from packs. And then everything else I've got is probably mostly from the market. Once upon a time, it would have been mostly from packs, particularly for the alpha and beta cards that I used to own. I sold all my alpha and beta cards a very long time ago, left the game completely, and then decided to come back because I missed playing the game. And I never have restored my complete alpha and beta sets that I had. I went and chased the cards that were vital for gameplay. That was a good win. So if I jump into my collection here and I look at my alphas, there's not a whole lot of alphas there. And might I add, this is delegated to me, not owned, that flesh golem. So yeah, that's a pretty poor smattering of alpha cards. Then for beta, again, I went for what was like, I guess you could say medically necessary to get to the league levels that I play at. But when I obtained these cards, it was sort of, it was a different time. There's Selenia in there. Hydra is one of my favorite cards of all time in Splinterlands. So I'm very glad that I managed to grab one of them. And Angel of Light was also one of my favorite cards as well. But then missed a fair few of the promo cards, but I've got, again, the ones that I feel are super important. But these are all going to fade away into obscurity when I move over to the Modern League, except for the Halfling Alchemist. So moving forwards, it'll be Halfling Alchemist usable. Reward cards wise, Exploding Dwarf is going to go away. Naga Fire Wizard will go away. So will Beetle Queen, but I don't really use Beetle Queen. Sea Monster. I'd say that I'd miss Sea Monster, but they've sort of fallen out of favor. There's better options now for a tank. Electric Eels I'll miss. Naga Windmaster I'm indifferent to. The Mermaid Healer is one that will be missed in Modern League. There's not really a one-for-one replacement for her. I'm going to be so happy to not see Ruler of the Seas in every battle with Blue Splinter. Ditto Kraken. I'm going to miss Wood Nymph and Screeching Vulture. Those were two of my all-time favorite cards. Barking Spider, Nectar Queen. This is all modern. Probably wouldn't miss Mushroom Seer all that much. Don't usually play them. I'll probably miss Brownie and Spirit Shaman. I use them quite often. Barely use Venari Seedsmith, so it's a modern card anyway. I think Spritdrilled Grog is going to have some potential in Modern League. A lot of his weaknesses are potentially addressed, but he's just not used very much because there's better options. But I really enjoy Spritdrilled Grog. Minotaur Warlord, yeah, I'll miss them. They're a great card. Armor Smith I'll miss, but they've sort of been replaced with that 3-mana neutral card. I think we'll see a lot more of Warrior of Peace being played as sort of a potential replacement for Peaceful Giant. Crystal Werewolf, Silver Shield Bard will go, so will Silver Shield Assassin. Silver Shield Assassin will be missed, not gonna lie. Sacred Unicorn I will also miss a lot. Then Vampire was one of those cards that I thought they're going to be great, they're going to be amazing. They were not. I like Undead Rex, they're just limited utility. I still have not max leveled my Nightmare out. I really should. It's not like they're going to be missing any other stat though. They've got all the abilities that they need, it's just the extra health. Let me turn off promo cards and go back to the rewards. Where was I up to? Nightmare, right. Skeletal Warrior I actually quite like. Bogeyman I never really play. Octopider I used to play them a lot. Then I stopped playing them, then I started winning a lot more games, so I guess that's my assessment of that card. Phantom Soldier I will miss. They were, and still are, a massive staple of Death Splinter. And the artwork is just, it's cool. Fallen Spectre, bit of hit and miss. They're great on paper, but they're not fantastic in practice. I think it's going to be the Untamed reward cards that are potentially already out of print that are going to make really big differences in Modern League. Undead Lich, for instance, a Resurrection in Death Splinter is incredible. Naga Assassin is like going to be a staple for a very long time, I think. I quite enjoy Naga Assassin. Then I'm going to miss Manticore. Robo Dragon Knight is probably good in high level play. I don't play them a lot, but I encounter them a lot, and when I encounter them, I generally lose. Then I'm going to be happy to see the back of Gelatinous Cube. Sandworm has been a staple for forever, and it's been out of print for quite some time and is really good. I think one of the sort of sleeper cards might actually be Onyx Sentinel, because it's sort of a direct replacement for Lord Arianthus. It's at epic level as well, so it's not a legendary, so it requires a lot more of them to get to max level, but you throw him into a team with Ouster and an Amplify, and he is Lord Arianthus on steroids. I think as a result of that, Onyx Sentinel and whatever amplifier you can slot into Death Splinter might be good, but it's very sort of specific. If we jump back over to Untamed, and I'll have to turn on gold as well because there's a few cards that I've only got the gold foil variant of. I think anything with this spell might be super useful because it's not an ability that is all over the place and not present in every single splinter. I feel as though, given that preview we saw of the Life Splinter Summoner earlier as well, Shatter is going to become a lot more useful as well. But on a sneak creature, probably not all that incredible. On a snipe creature, again, probably not all that incredible. But just on a general attacking creature, Shadow is going to have a lot of utility. I really like Gauladon. They are amazing in reverse speed, particularly with that combination of True Strike. They're also a good a kitty smacker. They can beat Byzantine Kitty because they're just guaranteed to hit with their True Strike ability. But at first I hated Gauladon until I actually started using them. I think Scale Doctor is one of those cards as well. You look at it and you're like, oh, that doesn't look very good. But then you use it in practice and it's amazing and very annoying if it's positioned well in a team. As for the neutrals, I think Cornelius is probably the best of the bunch. Obviously, because they're legendary, they've got lots of utility in every team, but for another neutral, Mantoid's probably good. High speed, snipe, snare, good combination, but I've always had a soft spot for Parasitic Growth, and every time I see Tower Griffin in a battle, I generally lose. So probably Tower Griffin as well. That's probably my assessment there. And then dice cards, like I'm missing a lot of dice cards. So if I just flip this over to all cards, and turn off the gold foil ones. The Mylor is obviously just hacks. So I'm not going to comment on Mylor, particularly when paired with Queen Mycelia. It's lethal and annoying. I regret not maxing out a Battering Ram. I probably also regret not maxing out. Let's have a look at Poseidon. Because I think that immunity is a great proposition. And the blast, the only problem is he gets to 5 damage instead of sitting at 4. So with a lot of creatures having force field at max level, that could be a limitation. And I don't feel as though Poseidon sort of commands the price that's been asked for on the market. If it was like $15 per BCX, I'd probably jump on it. But not at that price. I don't feel like I'd make enough winnings out of the unique scenarios where Poseidon would be useful to justify such a purchase. But I happily justified a purchase of Krallis at an even higher cost as to what the card is today. Yeah, that's the thing about Krallis. It's kind of like, oh, you're amazing, and Cthulhu, yeah, I probably got for the same reason, mainly because I just like Last Stand. It's a great ability, and then in Chaos Legion, if we look forward into the future, who's going to be I'll swap over because I've actually got more max to the Chaos Legion cards. Moving into a future sort of world, I think anything that's got high speed and dodge, because there's not a lot of dodge mechanics that exist up in this league. Something to replace the likes of Fire Splinters, Serpentine, whatever it's called, would be great. I don't know if backfire creatures are going to sort of fill that mold, but I like Venari Knifer. It's just they never dodge when they're meant to. I feel like they need, I mean, they're only common, but if they were a rare and they had another ability thrown in, I feel like they'd be amazing. I'd also like to see Amplify increase the amount of damage done by backfire. That would be a nice buff to backfire, because you play a backfire creature, it's a bit of a gamble. Whereas if you play a Thorns and an Amplify creature, it's not a gamble. If you get hit, you're going to do the damage. I feel like the backfire should also be boosted by Amplify. It's personal opinion, though. The Fiends are going to be useful as well. I think Cursed Windiku is a bit of a sleeper. They're super, super duper useful. I like Desert Dragon, and for the neutrals, I really like Spirit Hoarder. That blind is insidiously annoying. Let's go watch this Brawl battle? Brawl battle. And see if I win this. It's Kitty versus Kitty, so my blind, well-intentioned, is not going to do much. My dodge, also well-intentioned, is not going to do much. But my team was built around my Dragon Jumper, who should go nicely. It's going to be so sad seeing an 11 speed get hit by a 3 speed. Okay, the repair is gone. It's now just Grum. I've got a heal, but I don't have a repair. So I can continue to out-heal Grum. And if I can keep them stun-locked, I should win. And I do keep them stun-locked. How mad would you be? You would be fuming. That's a nice win on the Guild Brawl, so that's 2 of 2 for me. 2 wins out of 2 games. And my guild is currently winning the brawl we are entered in. Have we lost any matches? No, probably because not many of our guild has entered battles as of yet. But that is an Excellent start. 15 points to 3 is our nearest opponent. It's brilliant. Yeah, I mean, anything with repair really is going to take off in Life Splinter. So if we just filter by a Life Splinter, Lone Boatman is great. Adelaide's the only other like current card, and Chancius. You get Chancius, Brightwing, and we're not biased either. That Adelaide is also the name of our hometown. Lone Boatman, you're going to have 3 repairs hitting that void armor. The only thing that you want to sort of try and find is probably Blinding Reflector. I think that'll be the only current modern life card with a Magic Reflect. Yeah, Blinding Reflector. So if I go off to the market, you're a crummy market. Let's go to Peak Monsters and make this big and search by abilities. We want Reflect, and we want Modern, and we want, what else? Neutrals and Life. Neutrals. So Almo will be amazing. Cornelius will be amazing in Life Splinter. Zenith Monk. If you look at Life Splinter, the only options are Conjurer and Blinding Reflector. So that's really all there is. So if you look to modern neutrals, yeah, Cornelius is going to be a great choice. Always is. Almo probably as well. And then I think it might see a further appreciation in Zenith Monk, and you might see Zenith Monk find a nice little home in Life Splinter with the Void and the Magic Reflect. Because add Void Armor to that. It's Champion League though only at that point. Yeah, I think it would be pretty OP. You'd have to then look at shatter options in all the other splinters. So if I take off the just neutral option, Flamesmith becomes a very interesting proposition. Goblin Dartling to some extent, but you can't control their fire because I believe they get scatter shot. No, they don't. It's knockout and shatter. So yeah, Goblin Dartling's Flamesmith becomes a very compelling option. Battering Ram is already a compelling option, just out of my price range, I think. Phyrexia General with the Snipe and Shatter gets better value placed into them as well. Interesting indirect buff to Gloridax Mages if you're playing Dragon Splinter against Life, because they get Shatter. Yeah, well, that's really all there is to counter it at that point in Modern League. Other than the other new cards that are in the Eye Candy channel on the Splinterlands Discord, new reward cards, which honestly I haven't studied all that closely. There's just a couple of minutes left in my stream here. I am having a look to see if there's any of these new reward cards that have Shatter. And it doesn't seem that they do. That Fire legendary card, Countess rather, Sanash, that is going to be an absolute monstrous card. Opportunity, Life Leech, Camouflage. The only thing that's going to beat that is going to be a whole bunch of tasty Return Fire, which is going to be absolutely crazy. It is a legendary card though, so comes with the territory of being a legendary card. How much mana did it cost though? 8. Yeah, it's probably reasonably mannered up. I feel like this is sort of a replacement for Unicorn, but I feel like it needs a lot more health. But it does have Bloodlust, and Piercing, and True Strike. Coupled with slow speed, it's probably easily counterable by magic, but then you combine that with a magic splinter, magic void armor thing, and then he becomes a heck of a lot more viable. And what about this neutral? Camouflage, immunity, oh god, they're gonna be... Oh, they're gonna be disgusting. They're gonna be absolutely disgusting, that card. I'm not looking forward to that card. It's gonna be Queen Mycelia, but way more annoying and available to every Splinter. But with that, my time here for my stream has come to an end. So I must depart. Thank you all for your time. Appreciate it. I usually stream on my personal channel, which if I say hello here, you can go and follow and like and do all that crap if you want to, if you're not already aware of who I am or where I'm from. And I will catch you guys on the next time around. So hope you have a good one. Have a lovely existence, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers.